Well, I just said to the boys after the game that the scoreline perhaps does flatter them a little bit. And for 60 minutes, we were competing really, really well with them. 10-3 at half time. We'd weathered quite a lot of pressure at the end of the first half and come away with them not scoring any more points. And then we got a penalty and got to 10-6. And we were doing everything right, and then we just lost a little bit of composure, concentration, and they had a purple patch of, well, I think we've worked it out in 11 minutes, and they scored 21 points in 11 minutes, and that's the difference between the two sides. And we came back a little bit towards the end, and perhaps were unlucky not to have scored a try. And that, I suppose, I felt that we did enough to at least have scored a try, and it would have been nice for that to have happened. But I know it's 34-6, but a lot more upbeat than this time last year when we were looking at an 86-0 defeat, and we were wondering what the heck had hit us.
Sure.
Now I feel that we can compete. I think we can work on getting more than 6 points, and we can work on stopping them scoring more than 34. So I'm quite hopeful. They were a middle of the table side last year, so I think we can compete. And the boys just pick themselves up on Tuesday, and we'll get to Oxford Harlequins and see how we go there.
Okay, thanks. Okay, I'm talking to Matt Marr, who made his debut for Newbury today. We didn't get the result we wanted, did we, Matt? But how does the match go from your point of view?
It was tough.
Yeah.
It was definitely tough, especially for my debut. But I thought we competed really well for 65 minutes. We're really in the game. There's 7 points in it. And then, we let it slip for 10-15 minutes.
Yeah.
And they put, quite a few points on us. The scoreline doesn't reflect how well we played, but we were all on the field when we did it.
Yeah.
So we've got to take accountability for that and go forward next week and look to beat Oxford Harlequins.
Yeah. So do you think fitness was an issue, or experience, or too early to say?
Not fitness, I would say.
Okay.
I think we were fitter than them. We have an average age of 21.
Yeah.
We were definitely the fitter side. It was more a mental just collapse. And
Okay.
structure broke down, and when structure breaks down, those more experienced players are going to put points against you.
Sure. Okay, so there's lots of things to work on.
Yeah.
So what do you do when you're not playing rugby then, Matt? Are you going to uni, or?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I'm off to Swansea University.
Okay, and what are you going to study?
Law and business.
Okay, that
Yes.
sounds important. You excited?
I am, yes. Yes.
Good.
Yeah, good rugby up there as well.
Okay.
So that's exciting.
So you're going to come back and play for Newbury?
Yeah, if Andy wants me back, I will.
I'm sure he does. I'm sure
definitely
he
come
does.
back, yes.
Okay, that's great. Well, good luck for the match against Oxford then.
Thank you.
And for uni.
Thank you very
Thanks
much.
very
Thank
much.
you.
We're looking forward now to Saturday's visit up to Oxford Harlequins. What are we working on this week to get us ready for that match?
Well, we've obviously spent some time on Tuesday looking at match footage from Saturday, and just picking up particularly the areas where we just went to sleep for 11-12 minutes, allowing them to score those 3 tries. So we've looked at what happened at that point. What was it? Was it a question of losing concentration, poor discipline, and by that I mean defensively not getting in the right positions. So we've addressed that, and the other thing, of course, is trying to convert our pressure into points as well. So we had a look at that, and then went out and did some stuff on Tuesday night. And we're getting there, and team selection for this week will allow for us a little bit of continuity. So hopefully some of the understanding that wasn't quite there in both those facets, defence and attack, will be a little bit better, and hopefully the boys can give them a good account of themselves this week.
Okay, so what do we know about Oxford Harlequins? We played them pre-season last year, didn't we, and won?
We did. It's a bit difficult to sort of take anything from a whole year away, but I do remember that game, and early on they made it difficult for us. They had quite a sort of a big pack and really made life difficult. Then we made some replacements and got into gear and ran away with it towards the end. But they had a few people missing that night. Martin Nutt's up there still. He did play that night, and he's one of their leading try scorers. He was one of the leading try scorers when he was with us. So there's no change there. I do know that they lost heavily last weekend against Bournemouth. Bournemouth will probably be aiming to be top 1 or 2 again this year. So no surprise that they lost. They might be a bit disappointed they lost by so many. It was 53-7 or something like that. So they'll be looking to put things right. I know they had a couple of people away through injury, so they'll be looking to strengthen their team. seeing that we lost as well, and hopefully get their campaign off to a winning start. So it's not going to be easy. It's a nice easy trip for us, but it won't be an easy game when we get there.
Okay, so that's a 3 o'clock kick-off, so I hope lots of people can go up and watch that. If they can't, the Stags have got a home match, haven't they, against, is it Winchester?
No, Chichester.
Chichester.
Yeah, that's the first league game for them in this Solent second 15 league, which involves a lot of the sides down in Hampshire and on the south coast. So Chichester, yeah, those geographers amongst you will say, well, that's in Sussex, and it is. And so Chichester and Bournemouth are the two, and ourselves are the rogue sides in that league. The rest are in Hampshire, so they're coming to us, and it'll be the chance for our Stags to play that first league game of the season. It's been going well in pre-season. We've obviously had good numbers, and hopefully they'll have a winning start, and we can come back down the A34 from Oxford to meet them, and both celebrate a win, I hope.
Yeah, that would be great. So Rugby World Cup kicks off this weekend, doesn't it? What's happening at the club about the World Cup?
Well, I mean, I'll be the first to say, direct everybody to the website, because I know it's on there now, the plans. But tomorrow morning is the first game, which is New Zealand versus Tonga. That kicks off at 9:30, and as far as I know, the club will be open. They're doing some form of breakfast. Not sure whether it's bacon, butty and coffee or the full Monty. Certainly on Saturday, I think with England's game kicking off at 9:30. There's plans to have maybe a bigger breakfast involved. So and then on Sunday, I think there is Wales early morning against South Africa. So all the home nations are kicking off at reasonable times. It's just the Scots that they're making kick off at 2 o'clock in the morning, and clearly the club won't be open then. But if you want to get up at home, I'm sure it's on terrestrial TV. And if you're still bored by that, you can stay up, and there's another game on at 4:30, and there's another game on at 7:30 before you then get England at 9:30. So you can all be dead for the world, and then you can come watch Newbury in the afternoon.
Yeah.
So lots on the TV. The club will be open when it's a reasonable hour. I think all England games are on at 9:30 or 9 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
So a fairly reasonable hour for everybody. And they're open for all of those with breakfast and everything.
Okay, so what's this fantasy rugby league thing I've heard about?
Well, Ash Taylor, one of the first team players, has obviously done a bit of trawling of the internet, and has obviously got far too much time on his hands, and has found that ESPN are doing a fantasy World Cup rugby league, and he's encouraging as many people to get involved. I've been on it. It's fairly simple. I'm not the greatest computer wizard in the world, and to be fair, I'm not brilliant at fantasy league things, so I just clicked on the lucky dip, which is what I obviously do with first team selection each week, and I'm quite pleased with my selection. Didn't get Johnny Wilkinson, but I suppose I could transfer somebody out and put him in. But it would be nice if we can get a few people just having a bit of fun. You can actually enrol on a special league for Newbury, as well as doing the big league, and we can all have a look and see how we compete against each other.
Okay.
It's just a bit of fun, really.
That's on the Pitch Hero website?
That's on the Pitch Hero.
Okay.
If you go to the discussion group, Ash has put down the web link and also the password that you need to enrol specifically on the Newbury League as well.
Okay, so there's lots to look forward to this weekend.
Yeah.
Thanks, Andy.